Hi, my name's John Cordy, and I have a Patreon if you are interested in guitar playing and that sort of stuff. What I just played was something that Carlston asked me to look at. Literally just spent 15 minutes working out what was going on, but it's a tune by a guy called Jacob Bro, who's a Danish jazz guitarist, and whatever that was is a piece of music called Copenhagen, and I think it's super beautiful, and Carlston asked could I take a look at it and explain what's going on. So I thought, yeah, why not? Today's Friday, normally I do a chord video, today I've done two, so value for money in that. This is a Costa, it's a Frostino, a mixture of like a strawberry and also coffee, and it's a bit out there, but you know me, I'm a maverick. Right, so what's going on? We're in B major for this. The way that I'm sort of thinking about remembering what's going on is that we got quavers, we'd either think about it as quavers or 16th notes, but basically Copenhagen, Copenhagen, Copenhagen. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of for it. So anyway, first chord is like a G minor. But what have we got going on? We're on fret 6 on the D string, which is a G sharp, and then we've got the 5th above that, the D sharp, and then an open B string, and what is that? Is that the 11 on top? Yeah, I think that's the 11 on top with the C sharp. I'm not good with chord formulas. So that's all we're doing for the very first bar. So so we start with that high note, then down to the G sharp. And that is in the main what the pattern is. So you go kind of ring, thumb, pointer, middle. So your ring finger is playing on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Important thing to try and get right is that you want to keep that open string kind of ringing throughout, whereas you're probably hearing that I'm still hitting a few dead notes and stuff. It's just because I've not really had time to learn the song. Literally about 15 minutes ago was when I started working out what's going on, so I just wanted to quickly tell you what's going on, and then I can practice it in my own time. So that's the first chord, and then we go to like a B major in first inversion, B major 9, because we've still got the 9 in the top. So then an F sharp on the A string on the 9th fret, a D sharp on the G string on the 8th fret, and then to a D sharp on the 11th fret on the E string. So that kind of thing. And then for this next bar we've got 2 shapes. So that's the first one, so a B and then an E on the A string on the 7th fret, and a C sharp on the G string, and then an open B string. And on beat 2 we hit this G sharp. 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then keep the G sharp, but we move down to a D sharp and a C sharp. So like that, I think. and it does that another time, but then when you come back around, we get a bar where you do something slightly different. So this is like a B section maybe. Yeah, so here's the first bar that we get something different. So C sharp and an A sharp. So fret 4 on the A string and fret 3 on the G string. And open E. And that's the pattern there. So the pattern here is ring, thumb, middle, pointer. So that's the only bar where we got different things. That's the only bar where we got different things going on the right hand, I think. And then I think, then back to the other pattern. So a G sharp, and then a D sharp, and a C sharp. And then the last pattern. So 2 of that. And then E, C sharp, and a B. And I think the very end part of the phrase is this, so a D sharp, an E on the G string, and a G sharp. And then an F sharp and a D sharp. And it basically loops that whole thing around. So things to bear in mind for it is to try and keep like an even-ish rhythm. Watch out for those dead notes. And that part here is like maybe the difficult part because your right hand is sort of mixing up patterns again. Anyway, so hopefully that's vaguely helpful if you were trying to learn that specific song. I think it's super pretty and kind of a nice way to kind of mix in those open strings. So yeah, hopefully that was vaguely interesting. If you wanted to, there's a buy me a coffee link just in case you got something specific out of this lesson or whatever this is, lecture, comedy set, hilarious playing. This preset I'm using is actually my dual jazz tone. So it's like a Princeton on one and a jazz rivet on the other, I think. But you can get that for HX on Paul Helix in the description if you want. But go check out the original tune and give Jacob Bro a follow. I think you'll probably dig his playing if you like the sort of stuff that I play, probably. Thank you for Carsten for requesting that. I think it's a really pretty one. I'll put the music for it up on my Patreon if you wanted the tab. But but it's kind of a different pace to what I might usually put up on there. So I think it's kind of a nice, kind of relatively simple thing to try. And I guess the real complication is trying to get those changes smooth. But super fun. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. If you want to like and subscribe, you could. Cheers.